You know, this is kind of a serious topic, and it comes up fairly frequently. Um, a lot of Satanists think that you're less of a Satanist or not a Satanist at all if you struggle with like emotional problems, mental problems, addiction, stuff like that. And I really disagree. I disagree. I don't think it makes you any less of a Satanist if you do struggle with those types of problems. I think it just makes you human. Humans are fallible. You know, um, we're not perfect. It doesn't make you any less of a Satanist. I mean, the difference is taking responsibility. You know, if you're depressed, if you have anxiety, other issues like that, get counseling. If you need some medication, get on medication. Same with addiction. If you struggle with addiction, whether it's drugs or alcohol, if it's important to you, get help. Get counseling, get on medication if you need to. I really disagree. I get tired of hearing people say like, oh, you suffer from depression or you're bipolar or you have anxiety or you're a drunk or you do drugs, so that means you're not a Satanist or you're less of a Satanist. And again, I disagree. Humans aren't perfect. It's how you handle those problems and take responsibility for those problems. I'll use myself as an example. I'm an alcoholic, former drug addict. I was able to beat the drugs because it was important to me. I'm still an alcoholic. I just happen to be an alcoholic that's not drinking. But I take full responsibility for my actions, what I've done, the position that I've put myself into. Nobody put a bottle in my hand. Nobody forced me to drink. I made that decision. And all the stupid shit that I've done while I was drunk, I don't blame it and just say, oh, I was fucking drunk. That doesn't fly. It's, you take responsibility. And if it's important to you, then you do something about it. And that's what separates the regular person from the Satanist. The Satanist, the regular person will have the same problems as the Satanist will. Except the Satanist will, if it's important to them, will deal with it. They'll take responsibility and they'll take the appropriate actions to correct those correct, what needs to be corrected. What's that? I'll use myself as an example. Being, an alcoholic, although again, I'm not drinking, I could blame, oh, this is my favorite one. Oh, I'm Irish, which I am, but it doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of Irish people that don't drink. I could say, oh, it's genetic, which there might be some truth to that. I think that could be predisposed, as my mom's an alcoholic, both of my brothers are, my grandfather was, but my little sister isn't. My little sister isn't because she grew up around a bunch of drunks and she saw how we acted. So she just never touched it. I think she had a wine cooler once on her birthday, on her 21st birthday. That was it. So, it's really how you handle it, and I tried to explain this at an AA meeting. People were getting up there and being like, oh, alcohol ruined my life, oh, blah, 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 and I got up on the podium and I was just like, you know what? Alcohol didn't ruin any of your guys' life. You ruined your life by using alcohol. No one put that bottle in your hand. And, the atheists all looked up and were like, yeah, because I said, most of you found your Jesus or your higher power at the bottom of a fucking booze bottle, take responsibility, take responsibility. You did it. You put yourself in the situation. And I think that's what separates the Satanist from the regular person. Is a regular person will find excuses as to why they fucked them shit up, fuck their shit up with drugs or alcohol, or the regular person will, whatever, make excuses for being depressed or having anxiety. Now some of the mental or emotional things are just predisposed. You're born with it, but you can still deal with it, take medication, get counseling. So that's really what I don't think people, you know, with emotional, mental disorders or substance abuse problems, I don't think that makes them any less of a Satanist. I think that makes them human. And it's the way you deal with it. Take responsibility for your actions. And that's what separates the regular person from the Satanist. Because we all have problems.